welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Linda, and I'm thrilled you joined me today. And I'm coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia. This past week, you may have been finding yourself in that protecting, loving, or even survival mode, especially when it comes to your family or your spirit guides and angels, even loved ones. And even with the year that we've had with COVID around the world and how a virus can change our perspective on life and even the amount of time that we have on this planet, money isn't important. Family and friends have really become more of the focus, as well as our health and well-being and what we care about most. And through this time, some people have found or even made life-changing decisions, changes on their daily life and activities through work-life balance and spending more time in their homes, and even on the work perspective. More people are wanting to continue this new lifestyle of working from home on a more permanent basis. It also shows us that we've seen relationships where people have been feeling isolated and alone. And even though people may have thought that they had more support around them, and they haven't been able to see this, and whether this is through family, friends, or work colleagues. And so it's made it clearer for us on who we want to spend more time with. And although things haven't gone as smoothly as one would like or want in these relationships, and what we've experienced is more about the deep connection and bond that we have with the relationships that are around us. And so you may even find yourself as a sense of going back in time, something that's been coming from your heart. And whether this is even a fond memory or even a love that you've had from someone in the past, and memories that are arising from your time together. It's a time where relationships are coming to the surface as we reflect on the past, whether this is from friendships or intimate relationships, families, loved ones, or may even be events or experiences that we've found ourselves reminiscing on how we were in that moment of time. And so by reminiscing about these moments in time is where you may be experiencing a sense of integrating from the past to the present moment. And whether this is from yesterday, last week, last year, last years ago, or even a past life experience, but it's where we've really been assessing the hurt and pain that we experienced in that time that affected us. And it's always easier to look back in hindsight to these experiences and feelings rather than how they were at the time they occurred. And so we can even understand and forgive ourselves and love ourselves through this process. It's really about looking at ourselves and loving a piece of ourselves that we may not have loved previously, or maybe we didn't recognize in the past. And so we get that protective feel around ourselves, our energy, and a sense of having compassion, love, and kindness. And you can even do a daily mantra to yourself. Say things along the lines of, I'm always safe, protected, and loved. And you may even experience over this week coming something new appearing in your life. And this may be a fleeting thing. For example, meeting someone new or a work opportunity. It will be about communication and trusting and following your intuition when this presents itself. It's a sense of unlocking or opening a door for a new opportunity to come through. It's actually going to be pretty exciting. But if you've been feeling worried or afraid or scared of something happening to either yourself or a loved one, then a really good technique you can do is just call in this beautiful light and into your being. And you can visualize this as a light coming from the top of your head into your crown chakra and illuminating the whole body as a shining light. And by creating this visual light, we can alter one's frequency or energy vibration. And this is how we can connect more with like-minded individuals, by shining our own internal light to the universe. And this can be a positive thing to you by attracting the same frequency and energy as others. And it can also become a bit of a challenge too at this time, where you're shining and claiming your own inner gifts. And by doing this, you may be questioning or doubting yourself, as things aren't currently working out the way that you may have expected or wanted them to. And so this can come into play when we start to have the beginning of energy shifts. And so sometimes it's about really trusting and believing in the universe and in yourself. And this is where we rise up to a level. You are the light. Be the light. And what you want people to see you as. And you may even find that meditation is a good practice to get into the help to find the answers and the piece of what you're concerned about recently. And by connecting in with your heart and asking your soul the truth of what it is you seek. The way we experience or receive messages through meditation isn't that we hear a loud voice speaking to us, just like you're hearing me speak to you now. It's not like, hey, Linda, I've heard a question and here's your answer. It would be nice, but it doesn't come to us like that. Sometimes it can come in small messages or signs or even clues or an idea that pops into your mind that will eventually lead you to the answer of your questions. But when you create a practice of meditating and asking your soul questions more frequently, this is how the answers will come to you in a flash. It's immediate and the answers are there. But sometimes we may experience all the answers do not come as frequently or as often. And that's because we've got things coming up into our mind, whether this is limiting beliefs, doubts, or fears, questioning ourselves, how do I know the answer? I couldn't possibly ask myself. I don't know the answer. The answer is there and it's in your heart. There is no question that you could ever ask yourself that isn't within your heart. You've heard me say before, energy goes where energy flows. And so if you have questions that you want to know, repeatedly ask this question, and then your heart and soul is going to find the answer to that question by letting go of the left brain, the monkey mind, and tuning into the right side of the brain, the wisdom within you that's part of you to come through, which comes through your heart. And knowing this because you can feel it, it feels right for you. It comes through your knowing, your senses. You may see it, hear it, or know it. And that's how your soul's going to support you to find the answer to your question. So be open to this. Be open to listen, to feel for what may be. And so notice and be aware of the signs or symbols, whether this is through your dreams or seeing feathers on the floor or repetitive numbers or any changes that are happening or something that suddenly appears that you haven't seen or experienced previously, because that too may be the answer that your soul is guiding you to. And so now I've got a caller. I've got Zandi in Georgia. Are you there?
Yes.
How are you this evening?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Have you got a question you want to ask me?
Yes. I just need to know where I need to go from this point. I'm going through some things, and I just need some wisdom to what I need to do as far as where I'm at now.
Okay, it's interesting because I've got that things haven't been easy for you. I've even got spirit saying that there's been a bit of confusion. It's this analogy of taking one step forward and two steps back. And this feels like it's been happening more prominently in the last 2 to 3 months. And spirit wants to assure you that at the end of December is where this vision is coming up a lot clearer for you too. Around the 5th of January is what they're saying. You're going to have some answers there. It's this feeling of taking a leap of faith too, trusting in yourself and believing in yourself too, is where you're going to really come through with it. Is it a bit of a work situation that you're looking at as well, or making changes to work?
It's not so much work as it is like a relationship. What I need to do as far as in my relationship and where I'm at. But yeah, I
Okay.
recently just got a new job, so
Okay. It's like everything is all impacting on top of itself and, going to work and having the pressures with work based on the relationship too. They seem to be coming hand in hand. It's about really balancing both of them. You've got the reward yourself card, which is when it comes to the relationship, it's about honoring you and speaking your truth as well. More communication will help between the two of you as well. It doesn't feel like this relationship is over, but it's really about honoring you within this. And by speaking up a little bit more to let them know how you're feeling will be where that communication and changes are coming towards the end of the year as well. Around the 5th of January is where I actually feel this relationship is going to really pick up a notch, is what Spirit's saying. So it's this feeling of not giving up just yet. Give this a go, because I feel like you're really questioning where you want to go with this. And Spirit's just saying to hang in there a little bit longer. Give yourself about another 6 weeks to really come through with that decision. I hope that's helped you, and I hope that's given you some inspiration.
It has so much.
Well, look, I just wanted to say too, before we go, I've got a Black Friday special where I'm offering about 50% off selected services for text and phone readings. So if you want to have a follow-up call and we can maybe have a bit more of a further chat, because I always feel like it's so rushed our time together, I'd be more than happy to have a look at that. So, have a look at my Instagram or Facebook page under Psychic Medium Linda. And these specials are going to only be up for a few more hours as well. So I speak to everyone around the world, so there shouldn't be any issues there. Even book in for early next year, or as often as you want as well. So thank you so much for your time, and it's been a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And thank you to everyone. I've loved being here again today. So if you found this informative or helpful, please follow me on my social media pages. And I'll see you again this time next week. So for now, stay safe and see you next time, this time next week. Bye for now.